Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. The Philippines signs a new cooperation framework with the United Nations for 2024 to 2028, reaffirming its commitment to sustainable development. On Tuesday, President Bongbong Marcos witnessed the signing of the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework at the Malacanang Palace. The UNSDCF was signed by Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo, Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Arsenio Balisacan, and UN Resident Coordinator Gustavo Gonzalez. It was made in support of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This is part of the reformed UN development system and will work on three key outcomes: human capital development, sustainable economic growth, and climate action. In his speech, Marcos Jr. emphasized the deepening partnership between the Philippines and the UN and its support for multilateral peace and progress. He also noted that the framework is designed to align with his administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda.
Our partnership can be a catalyst for the accomplishment of our shared goals in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. We look forward to vigorous engagements on key issues that bear on the future of our communities, including food security, health, education, climate action, decent work, digital transformation, and disaster risk reduction.
ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro has filed a criminal complaint against former President Rodrigo Duterte before the Quezon City Prosecutor's Office. Castro filed a case for grave threat under the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 over statements made by Duterte against her in an SMNI interview that aired on October 11. In that interview, the former president defended his daughter's confidential funds, going as far as red-tagging members of Congress and mentioning Castro's name when he said, quote, "Gusto kong patayin." In her complaint, Castro said she saw the interview in a Facebook post of SMNI entitled FPRRD, ibinulgar ang plano ni VP Sara sa confidential fund. Castro said that she has become immensely fearful for her life, safety, and security upon hearing the remarks of the former president, who she said, quote, "called my name multiple times and made grave threats to kill me." The lawmaker is confident that the case will hold up in court as Duterte could no longer hide behind presidential immunity. This is the first criminal case that Duterte will have to face since leaving Malacanang.
Hindi na siya presidente at hindi niya dapat ginagawa ito sa isang kongresista, much more sa ating mga kababayan, sa ating mga mamamayan. Kaya it has to stop. Kaya sinabi nga natin, tigilan na ni dating Presidente Duterte yung mga pagbabanta at yung mga pagpatay.
Israel might have taken hostage the two Filipinos who are still unaccounted for, says the Foreign Affairs Department. Speaking with 1PHS sa Totoo Lang, DFA Undersecretary Ed De Vega said they are still trying to locate two Filipinos in Israel. He added that reports of Hamas releasing hostages gave them hope that the two Filipinos might surface soon.
Look at it na hindi pa sila ma-declare na namatay. May apat tayong confirmed dead, hindi 6, no, hindi dumami. Tsaka actually hindi natin alam talaga kung nasaan sila, pero we can consider na maaaring kasama sila sa mga bihag ngayon. Kaya itong pagpapakawala ng mga bihag, 4 na yung hostages na pinakawalan na gives us hope, no? Na kung kasama man yung ating dalawang kababayan, ay buhay pa sila at maaring makamit nila yung kalayaan.
Meanwhile, 136 Filipinos are still awaiting evacuation from the Gaza Strip to Egypt as the Rafah border remains closed. De Vera said they're hoping that the border will be opened within the week. But he also clarified that only a small number of the stranded Filipinos are OFWs wanting to return to the Philippines.
May clarify yung 136 Filipino citizens. Hindi yan yung pareho sa mga OFW natin na nanggaling sa Pilipinas. only a few of the citizens are ganun, no? Um, Karamihan diyan, mga anak din, anak ng Filipina with a Palestinian spouse. Minsan, apo ng
Yes.
Filipina.
Yeah.
So, 1/4 Filipino lang yun,
Mestizo.
3/4 Palestinian, yung lahi. So, they happen to be Filipino citizens by operation of law.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on the One News.
Of passengers this Undas in cooperation with the LTFRB and Land Transportation Office. An estimated 1.6 million passengers are expected to travel over the long weekend.
Sa aming pong pagtaya, magmula October 27 hanggang sa November 6, hindi po bababa sa 1.6 million passengers ang inaasahan natin dadaan sa PITX. Ganun po kadami. Kaya naman talaga mahigting yung ating paghahanda. Hindi lamang Undas ang pinaghahandaan natin ngayon, kundi pati po yung barangay and SK election.
Despite the anticipated surge of passengers, PITX said that the terminal will not be too cramped.
Dahil nga napakahaba ng long weekend, nakikita natin na hindi tayo mako-congest like previous occasions. No? Kasi dati, siyempre, nagmamadali lahat. No? Halos lahat gusto makauwi ng at 31, at 30, di ba? Eh ngayon, since napakahaba ng bakasyon, ang tingin natin may spread out yung mga mag-uuwian sa kanilang probinsya at magluluwasan sa Metro Manila.
As a major transport hub, PITX emphasized safety as a top priority. The terminal is now taking proactive measures to ensure the roadworthiness of PUVs and the well-being of their drivers.
With the help of LTO, nagsasagawa po tayo ng mga random drug test a few weeks ago, no, sa paghahanda rito. In fact, nakakuha tayo doon ng 5 nagpositibo. No? So ito ginagawa natin para panatiliing ligtas yung ating mga paglalakbay.
To prevent the rush, passengers are advised to buy their tickets online. Doing so means avoiding long queues in ticketing booths and ensuring seats, especially if they're traveling down south. The LTFRB also confirmed that they have begun releasing special permits to over 700 buses traveling to northern and southern Luzon for the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections and Undas. The LTFRB also extended the validity of the permits and, if necessary, the agency will approve more special permits to prevent stranded passengers. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, we are One News.
Heads up, voters! The COMELEC has opened its online precinct finder ahead of the barangay and SK elections on Monday. You may now access precinctfinder.comelec.gov.ph to find your assigned polling place and precinct number. Just input your full name, date of birth, and date of registration on this website to get your polling information. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.